The VU women's basketball team came into Sunday looking to salvage a two-game road trip as they were in Ohio to face Youngstown State. The Penguins came out firing in the first half, highlighted by Brandy Brown, who scored 10 points in the first 6 minutes. Overall, Youngstown State shot 63% from the field in the first half, which led to a 44-34 lead after 20 minutes of play. With 8 minutes gone by in the second half, the Penguins extended their lead to 16 when Macy Nordy found Kenya Middlebrooks for her fifth three of the second half. The Crusaders trailing by 6 with under a minute to go, Ashley Timmerman with a three to make it a one-possession game. After the Penguins convert on both of their free throws, Timmerman gets another opportunity from the same spot and drains it again. After the Penguins get a bucket on the other end, Skylar Gick finds an open Laura Richards in the corner to make it a one-point game. Now with 5.5 seconds to go, the Crusaders are down 3 with a chance to send it into overtime. Timmerman had a chance to make it her third consecutive three inside a minute, but was too strong, and the Crusaders would end up losing to the Youngstown State Penguins by a score of 79-76. Youngstown State relied heavily on Brandy Brown and Kenya Middlebrooks in this contest. They had a combined 41 points. For the Crusaders, they were led by freshman Tabitha Gerardo as she played her best game of the year, scoring a career-high 25 points and grabbing 13 rebounds. Ashley Timmerman has been impressive lately as well. She had 15 points off the Crusader bench. With the loss, however, the Brown and Gold fall to 4-19 overall and 2-10 within Horizon League play. Next up for them will be Thursday, February 17th, when the Loyola Ramblers come into town. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:05 at the Arc. The men's basketball team came into Sunday against Wright State looking for their third consecutive win. Both teams came out slow offensively. The game was tied at just 19 points apiece with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Valpo would go on a run late in the half, grabbing the momentum heading into the locker room as they led 30-24 at the break. Just over 5 minutes gone by, Brandon Wood from Matt Kenny nails a three to extend the lead to 13, their largest of the game. Hot shooting by the Raiders combined with missed free throws by the Crusaders allowed Wright State to come back. One of the hottest Raiders down the stretch was Vaughn Duggins, who after picking up this defensive rebound goes coast to coast to bring Wright State within 3 with just under 2 minutes to play. With an opportunity to make it a three-point game, Ryan Brokoff misses the free throw, and back come the Raiders, down by 2 with 6 seconds to go. Nagai Evans, with a good look, turns it down and decides to hand off to Vaughn Duggins as time expires. The layup was too late, and the Crusaders would win 58-56 over the Wright State Raiders. Heading into their Wednesday night matchup at Milwaukee, the Crusaders look to maintain their half-game lead over Cleveland State. VU TV's own Jeff Larson sat down with assistant coach Jake Diebler to talk about the Crusaders' success this season.
The Crusader men's basketball team was projected to finish 4th in the Horizon League preseason standings for the 2010-11 season, behind last year's champions and national runner-up Butler, Detroit, and Cleveland State. Behind captains Corey Johnson and Howard Little, the Crusaders have been at the top of the Horizon League throughout most of the season. I sat down with former Crusader basketball player and assistant coach Jake Diebler to get his thoughts on this season.
We knew going into this year that we were going to have a better year than last year because we had so many guys returning. As good as the league is, I can't say that we quite anticipated being in this position at this time of the year. But we knew that if the ball could bounce our way a couple times and we could stay healthy, that we could definitely be towards the top of the league.
I also asked Coach Diebler, aside from Corey and Howard, who has made the biggest contribution to this team's successful season?
Well, I think next you have to look at Brandon Wood and the ability he has to score the ball for us, and he's really kept us in the games when we've had trouble to score, or given us leads in games when the other team's made a run. I think you also have to look at two guys in Matt Kenny and Ryan Brokoff. Those two do the little things as far as defense, rebounding, and passing. And then obviously Ryan shooting the ball so well from outside, and Matt drives the ball so well into the paint. Those two are another big key. And then you also, Eric Buggs and Jay Harris have done a great job at the point guard position for us. Typically we play 9 guys per game, and the last few games usually each guy is either scored and got a rebound or played double-figure minutes. So we're deep, and that's one of the strengths of our team.
The team that is in first place at the end of the conference schedule will get to host the Horizon League tournament at their gym. So, how important is getting that number 1 seed to this team?
It's very important. At the beginning of the year, our goal was to finish top 2 in the league because those two teams get a bye to the semifinals in the tournament. But being in this position, it's definitely a goal to to finish first so we can get that home court advantage in the tournament, because I think that's crucial. Especially, it seems like in March that kind of anything can happen in these conference tournaments and then on to the postseason tournaments. So being able to be at home with your fans and go through your routine, those things give you a clear advantage, I think.
If the Crusaders can maintain their first-place lead at the end of the next few weeks, the Crusaders will host the 2011 Horizon League Men's Basketball Championship Tournament right here at the Athletics Recreation Center, and a shot at the championship game live on ESPN as a part of Championship Week. Reporting for The Shield, I'm Jeff Larson.
Thanks, Jeff. The Brown and Gold's next matchup will be this Saturday at 4 p.m. when they host Missouri State in one of the nation's most anticipated bracket busters. The Arc should be alive as Valpo students are sure to come out and try to impress legendary color commentator Dick Vitale, or better known as Dickie V, who's in town to call the game for ESPN2. That's all from the Shield Sports Desk. I'm Drew Taylor.
Thanks, Drew. Luckily, and finally, the warm temperatures are here.
Hopefully they'll stay for the next couple weeks. So now we'll go to meteorologist Justin Thompson-Gee.
Good evening, Valparaiso. I'm meteorologist Justin Thompson-Gee. Right now we're sitting under a temperature of 47 degrees. It's been super mild out these past couple days. It's kind of been our big weather story. Dew point of 36, nothing to worry about in terms of humidity. You shouldn't even have to worry about that for even a couple months at least. Winds are west out of the west, at 5 miles per hour, so nothing to worry about really about wind chill or anything. It's been a beautiful day. It'll be a beautiful night. Tomorrow is looking even better. More to come on that later, but right now, taking a look at the futurecast, you can see some of our pressure systems that moved through our area earlier this week. That high pressure system moves off to the east, making way for these two low pressure systems you see here. Those kind of settle over upper Michigan on Friday, but with that produces this cold front that's going to scream through our area, bringing our temperatures down actually fairly low for the weekend. Stay tuned for the 5-day forecast coming up in just a bit. Tonight, temperature of 41 degrees. Look at that departure from the average, 20 degrees above normal. That is incredible for this time of year, but with that does come a slight chance of rain. That chance of rain will continue into tomorrow, as you can see here. When you're waking up in the morning, heading to your first class, your 8 a.m.s, 54 degrees. It'll be very warm all day, but there is that chance of rain. So bold students might want to break out the shorts, but you might also want to make sure you have an umbrella handy. Partly cloudy for noon. Chance of drizzle, though, when you're heading to get some din-din. For the 5-day forecast, you can see here a chance of showers on Thursday and Friday, but Friday, take a look at that low for Friday night, 20 degrees, and then as we move into Saturday, that cold weather sticks around for Saturday. It'll be sunny though, sun will be shining, but it'll be cold for that Valpo versus Missouri State game. Make sure to go out and support your Crusaders. On Sunday though, a rain-snow mix, almost like a sleet mixture, but a temperature of 36, and then Monday stays around 32. Kind of the big weather story for the rest of the next couple of weeks, the next 2 weeks, is we'll probably stay right around the 32-degree mark as an average for our days, maybe during the day getting up into the upper 30s, lower 40s, but then at night heading back down into the upper 20s to lower 30s. That's all from the VUTV Weather Studio. I'm Justin Thompson-Gee.
Thanks, Justin. And more Valpo news. Honor students will soon be able to have their own wing in Guild and Memorial Halls. For more on that story, we go to Shield correspondent Haley Just.
Students begin the online application process for housing next year on campus. A new option has now become available to sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
This type of community is based around the need that students were expressing to us through our quality of life survey to have a community with the focus being in academic excellence. It's a way to be part of a very focused community based around your academic success. It's something you can actually put in a resume as saying, I was interested in living with other students who are academically driven. I was able to meet faculty members outside of my own program and be part of discussions and lectures based on that. It's something that can really open the door to opportunities they wouldn't have otherwise.
I met with a small group of sophomores and also a small group of freshmen, students who are in CC but kind of had different levels of engagement. Brought up a lot of really good perspectives, things that they thought could be benefits of this community. They brought a lot of concerns to this table. The bottom line from those is I asked them, so you've brought up a lot of good points, should we do this or not? And they said definitely.
Honors Living Housing looks to be an intriguing option for residential life for sophomores, juniors, and seniors next year. For The Shield, I'm Haley Just.
Thanks, Haley. Immediately following Saturday's World Banquet, the German House put on Fastnacht 4. The event is in celebration of Germany's Mardi Gras. It included mask making, German food, dancing, and musical entertainment by Jay Fox and the Bavarian Showtime Band. Students can look out next year for this annual cultural event.
Students, along with campus leaders and JJR, a Chicago-based planning and design firm, met in an open forum setting Monday night to discuss Valpo's master plan. SHIELD correspondent Lauren Whitney Godbreath shares just what took place.
JJR, a campus planning group, met with students Monday night, and what they say is the first step in a multi-step process to get the input needed for the campus master plan.
This week is where we hear from everyone about what all the issues are, and then we delve into those issues a bit more. And we do a bit more campus analysis. We look at campus from a layer perspective. So how are people walking and moving around? How are people driving and parking? Where is water flowing?
JJR will be leaving campus at the end of the week, but that's not before getting input from not only students, but also faculty, staff, and community members. Monday night, though, students got a chance to talk with each other and place color dots on a map of campus, the places they wanted to preserve, enhance, and transform, and many students weren't holding back.
We gave all our input on what we want the campus to change, anything that we felt that was not really what fits the Valpo campus or image, or if we wanted to keep some things that we like and really want to see as we come back in the years as alumni.
It's buildings like the Christopher Center along with the Union and the Chapel that students said Monday night they want to preserve. However, there seemed to be a consensus that the residential halls were something that students wanted to change. It's information like this that JJR says is vital to the entire process.
Without input, it doesn't have as much meaning as it really could be. And because this is the statement, this is the vision for where the university wants to go over the next 20 years. And not everything's going to happen right away, but we need to start tomorrow to make sure that each thing that happens, each small project, each large project, helps build towards that ultimate vision. And so we need input now so that vision can be reached.
After JJR leaves campus, they'll analyze and sort through all the input received. They'll be back on campus at the end of the semester for more conversation and dialogue on the plan. For The Shield, I'm Lauren Whitney Godbreath.
The planning company JJR was chosen November of 2010 and is recognized as one of the top campus planning and design firms in the United States, participating in more than 200 campus projects nationwide.
A fire caused an evacuation at the Star Plaza Theater in Maryville last Wednesday. The fire occurred during the production of Shanghai Circus Live, when a velvet curtain caught on fire. And the cause of the fire is still under investigation, but Fire Chief Ed Yerga said it could have been caused by a stage light or fire equipment. All the performers and members of the audience were ushered safely out of the building.
That's all from this week's Shield. Come back next week for the latest Valpo news. I'm Molly Smirka.
And I'm Brendan Kinney. Have a great night, Valpo. Thanks, Jess.
Good job, too.